Hi, today I'm going to make a chocolate cake. In fact, it's the chocolate cake you'll find at the back of wherever you go. Now, this recipe is not actually my recipe. It comes from this book here, A Little Bite of Happiness by VP Colombo, who's actually a friend of mine, lives in Sydney, and her name's Virginie. She's a French pastry chef, and this book is a lovely book to have a read of if you just like reading about stories where food is actually immersed into the text. If you want to cook anything from here, you often have to work a little bit harder to find out exactly how to do it, but I promise you it's well worth it. Now, this chocolate cake is her recipe, as I said, and it's one that she makes for her daughter every year on her birthday. So, of course, I had to try making it. And the first time I tried making it was when I was in Busselton, Western Australia at a writer's retreat, and Virginie was there. So you imagine how intimidating it actually was to make this cake that was her special cake and make it and serve it to her and see if I did it right. Anyway, I'm going to make it now. I've actually started a little bit. I've got some of the egg whites already done and all the chocolates chopped up and melted and ready to go. So I'm going to add in the rest of the melted butter, and that gets whisked in, usually until it's nice and white, but I use a golden caster sugar, so it's a little bit different. It's just the preference that we have here. And yeah, just to tell you about why this cake is in the book, Amy opens this cafe called Brew to Taste, and one of her special things is this chocolate cake. And the chocolate cake actually draws the attention of one of the people in the town. Her name's Una, and she's sort of like the town gossip. And Una is the CWA president, as she likes to announce herself. And she gets really, really put out when Amy's chocolate cake is pronounced the best cake ever. So it causes that a little bit of tension through the story there. I'm just going to add this melted chocolate to it. It's really silky and beautiful, as you can see here. Just gorgeous. I want to actually lick it out of this particular saucepan, but you can imagine what my face would look like if I did that. But I saved a little piece of chocolate for me now. So this is the chocolate. You need to use a really good quality chocolate, at least 58% chocolate, dark chocolate, and the one that I use is about 70%. I just like it nice and strong. And you whisk that all in. So we're making this very rich batter here. And then in goes 4 egg yolks, straight in there. Now here's the thing where you get a little bit of choice with this cake, and either way it doesn't matter. You can add flour if you want to, about 50 grams of flour, or you can omit the flour for a gluten-free version. And I promise you, I've tried it both ways. It works really, really well either way that I've done it, and I sort of vary which way I want to do it. So today I'm going to put the flour in, and you just make sure that there are no lumps left when you've got that mixed in. This is already looking so good. Have a look at this lovely thick mixture. Now the last thing that we need to add in are the egg whites. I'll just get this out of the way. There we go. And we add in these egg whites in batches. Just mix it in. You just want to fold it in because you don't want to sort of stir it too hard, because this is actually what gives this cake a really, really, I don't know, wonderful texture. It's just light and airy, but also decadent and rich at the same time, which is my favourite kind of chocolate cake. You don't need icing on this, but you could put some on there if you wanted to, but you really don't need to. Keep on folding that through. I don't know if any of you have seen Schitt's Creek, and there's that scene where David is told to fold in the cheese, and he asks his mum, what does that mean? What does that mean to fold in the cheese? And it's one of my favourite scenes in the whole show, because she's pretending, you know, she knows exactly what it is, and he should obviously know, but it's because she doesn't actually know at all. And just every time I watch it, it makes me laugh. So that's the second batch almost through. Now I'm just going to add that last bit. You can see Boogle's joined me today, and she is watching avidly, probably because she knows there's the possibility of getting a treat after this because she's sitting so nicely. It's also my day at home today, so this is sort of a bit of a cuddle day for her. She loves my at home days. And I'm almost done with this. Like I said, you can get this recipe at the back of Wherever You Go. It's yeah, just a fabulous recipe and just one that I think you're going to love to treat people that you love in your life, or to treat yourself, because a really good chocolate cake is a great thing to have in your baking repertoire, isn't it? So almost done with that folding, maybe one or two last folds through. And now I'm going to pour this mixture straight into this prepared tin. Oh my gosh, I'm just smelling this chocolate. It smells so good. I'm also really surprised that I haven't managed to get any of it on myself, because that is a really common thing for me. And here's a little funny story about me is every night, every afternoon actually, my husband, he makes this lovely strong coffee for the two of us and we talk about the day. And he was actually so important to me as I was writing this book, because he would listen to all the plot tangles and all the problems I was having and all of my tears and woes and that kind of thing. And we drink our coffee together. Oops, there you go. There's a bug flying around here. And I have forgotten exactly what I was going to say. Anyway, that is the story of my life. Oh, I remembered. This is exactly what I'm like. You know, I would get distracted by something and then something will happen. Anyway, so he makes me coffee every day and he puts chocolate on top of it. And when I drink it, I have chocolate on my face every single day and he doesn't tell me. So I've been to the shops with chocolate on my face. I've got to learn one of these days. You'd think by now I would learn that I need to check my face before I go out, but I don't. Anyway, here is the cake. Sorry about my little forgetfulness in the middle of it, but yeah, that's just, I think it's getting older. I'm going to go and bake this now and I'm going to enjoy it today, and hopefully I've inspired you to, well, not only make your own chocolate cake today, but also maybe to read Wherever You Go to find out what the whole deal is about the chocolate cake and to get that special recipe. Thank you for watching. Bye.